What's going on, team? Good evening. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of GAR Capital. Welcome to GAR Capital's YouTube channel. This is where we talk about stocks, the stock market, stock options, futures, all that good stuff. Here with you every week to recap our week in trading. I'm glad to be with you, of course, as always. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future videos. We do a morning note every market day. I do one at 9 a.m., so be sure to be on the lookout for that. And with that being said, let's go and get started. If you are interested in any of our services or being part of GAR Capital in terms of what we do, make sure to hit the bottom of the screen. As you can see, we have a little scroll there discussing how to get in our Discord server. So we'd love to see you there. Let's go ahead and get started. Dow futures are up 95 points. NASDAQ is up 44. S&P up 12. The Russell up 0.57% this evening. So this wasn't exactly anything not to be expected. So let's go ahead and kind of start with the market and what I'm looking at. We are long on futures. That's what I've been really trading since the open today. Is really just watching futures, not stocks, in terms of what's happening pre-market. All pre-market opens at 4 a.m. So, if you're not sleeping in the middle of the night or in the early morning, you can always check out futures then or pre-market stocks. But right now we're just going to focus on the futures in the beginning and kind of see how it sets the backdrop for the rest of the week. All right. So here we are, NASDAQ, pretty much what I'm looking at. I'm expecting here 677 is my next target. We're about 42 points away from there. This is the big candle that we had on Friday. We had a great close. We're above the 20-day. I would say use the 20-day moving average, 554 as your stop, and I think you stay long here. And we got a nice little dip. Is it going to be bought is the question. They bought him up on Friday. Maybe so a short squeeze or short covering that we talked about on our watch list and charts channel on our Discord. I'll go over to the Discord here in a second. But looking at it here, it looks like we're setting up for a nice bounce in tech. That's what I want to really focus on this week is buying the strength in tech. Something else I was also talking about on our watch list for our members as well is the Russell as well. So the Russell 2000, again, showing some nice strength. I was long on that earlier. I got a couple alerts open in a very short time frame, but we're looking around 2090. And once we get there, we're looking around 2120. So this won't be the last time we take a look at Russell this week, as I'm taking a look at IWM as well. But back to it in the major stock market, we'll take a look at the S&P as well. Again, similarly, great candle, good close above the 20-day, and now we're holding above it. You keep 52.83 as your stop, kind of moving forward. So I think this is a good place to start, taking a look at going long on some calls. We shorted Amazon last week, so let's go ahead and take a look at how we did. And here is our server. So here was the month of May, and we closed two trades this week, Target and Amazon. So we had Target calls and we had Amazon puts. So it's not all just calls all the time. Amazon was nice, hitting the money, and Target also hitting the money. So a good week. In terms of the month, this is the second best month that we had of the year. March was 100%. We didn't have any losing trades. So May's great to have in this Q2. But we got some risk open. So going into the end of this quarter, June is the last month. So definitely want to keep this momentum going and stack up these trades and make sure Q2 is better than Q1. It's all about growth, guys. And we just want to get better every single day. As you can see, Target hit about 216%. That was just absolutely lovely. I just totally forgot to update the spreadsheet there. But either way, good stuff for the team. Options trading has been very, very solid. Like I said, we do have some risk open, the energy stocks and all that good stuff. So again, that's going to take some time. Crude oil is up this evening. We had the OPEC meetings. I think they're keeping the production cuts as is. Can't really say that's really a market mover at this stage. It's up 0.38%. We're below this trend line. That's below the 20, below the 100, below the 200. We were at 80. I was feeling great, and then we pulled back. So, let's see if this dollar continues to fall down. 104.51, just stay below 105. I like energy companies still. So again, I want to see how they respond to these OPEC cuts. But in terms of what I'm expecting for the week, let's go ahead and take a look at what I have on the market blog. Here are the stocks I'm watching for the week. So let's start with Microsoft. Again, this is free for all, but I also have our watches and charts just for our members. So that's going to be in a separate video. This is for everybody else. So let's take a look at these three names: Microsoft, Salesforce.com, and PayPal. All right, let's take a look at Microsoft. Very similar to the NASDAQ in terms of that Nice candle for the daily. It didn't break above the 20, so let's keep the 20-day moving average as kind of our target for a break. 418.74 to 419. I mean, just kind of get us to the 20, and then we're going to target the recent highs, the all-time highs, 430 to 433. Again, you're just buying the dip like we did on NASDAQ and all these other names. Well, NASDAQ being futures. CRM, this happened post earnings. Again, that big earnings drop we saw. Above 240, I'm taking a look at 265 to 270 calls. Again, this is all the premise that there's actually some volume out there. So all I want to get back is to right here. This is the level that where we broke down with the earnings and the gap down. All I want to do is fill that gap. That's really it. It's not going to happen overnight. And this is the same setup we had for Target. Very similar approach. We had that big drop. We held some support at the 200-day. And then what happens? We boosted higher and filled that gap, even beyond it. And then the same thing with Starbucks, guys. So we're getting some nice, at least some bounce plays after earnings. So, they're not getting that continuation of that fall. I don't mind hitting Starbucks again if we break above 181. We played this, I believe, 2 weeks ago. So very similar setup, CRM, Starbucks, and Target. So we'll see if we can do a little dip buying. And PayPal being the last one here. PayPal I'm looking at as a possible short. If it gets below 61, again, this is a trend line break. We're taking a look at possibly 57.5 to 55 puts. It's not all calls all the time. Remember last week on the watch list, Amazon puts were on there, and we got those. So some good stuff all around. Let's take a look here at the earnings calendar. Earnings calendar, again, most earnings are pretty much done. And we have, what do we have? Lululemon is coming up. Can't say anything here that I'm like, oh, wow, I can't wait. CrowdStrike will be interesting too. That's cybersecurity. Maybe Palantir moves with that. We'll see. Neo, again, that's China stocks. We know China stocks had a little bit of a bump. We traded BABA calls about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So, we'll keep an eye on things here and there, but nothing stands out, to be quite honest. Here we go for economic calendars and Fed speakers. Tomorrow morning, we'll have a flash PMI at 9:45, construction spending, ISM manufacturing, and we got some auto sales. Factory orders on Tuesday, job openings. This is JOLTS on Tuesday the 4th. The 5th, we have ADP private payrolls, 179,000 jobs added is the expectation. ISM manufacturing services, 50.7% is the expectation. Productivity, trade deficit, flash services PMI. The only thing that stands out here that's going to be important is that ADP employment. And then the JOLTS job openings on Tuesday will be important. In terms of tomorrow's action, any of this stuff going on, yeah, maybe Tesla will start moving. In terms of the auto sales, we'll see how they react or how they report. If they report the deliveries, that's every month. Initial jobless claims, very important. We know that. That'll be on Thursday, 8:30. Consumer credit, 10.7 billion is the expectation. We also have non-farm payroll report. Remember, that's the first Friday of every month. So June's Friday report, this is going to be for May. So this is the first Friday of June. 178,000 jobs added is the expectation with a 3.9% unemployment rate. Still sub 4%. Imagine that. And we got some wholesale inventories coming in. So, and some news and some reports on hourly wages. So, the NFP on Friday is going to be important. Wednesday, employment for the ADP is going to be important. Jobless claims. It's going to be a very jobs focused week this week. In terms of trading, yeah, you're going to get some opportunities, some dips possibly. And the idea is just to take advantage of them. And I think if you stay above that 20 DMA, you're going to be fine for now. So taking a look at ES right now, I fully expect us to get us to 53.33, maybe by tomorrow, by close. I don't know if we'll get there by open tomorrow, but I'll keep an eye on futures and see if we can get anything out of it. So at least it's a full week. Last week was a short one. We got some stuff to look forward to, but earnings are pretty much subsided. So it's really just waiting for the breaks, and I expect us to move higher. So I think calls are the way to go here, and we'll see what we get. But I like RTY as well. I like Russell to break. I like S&P to break. I like NASDAQ to break higher. So, Uber Bull, Carlos, you know how I get down when it comes to that. So we'll see what we get for the rest of the week, and I hope we make a great one so we can continue this streak going. So far, I think we have 4 in a row trades. So 2-2 these past 2 weeks. Pretty solid, even though it's been rather quiet. Now I think we're going to get some juice as we got a new month. So last month of the quarter is always fun. We'll see you at the top. Have a great rest of your evening. I will see you tomorrow. Cheers all.